Hi everyone, my name is Miss Maggie and I am a multimillionaire. Do not get me started. Okay. So I haven't posted in a week. And there's a reason for that. I just did not feel like my best self. I felt like shit in all areas of my life. Felt like everything was crumbling down. I had no idea what my next options were in those moments that my feelings or my emotions overconsumed me. And yeah, it's been quite an eventful last 2 weeks. I found myself saying yes to opportunities or yes to going to like spaces and doing things that didn't really come from the mind as opposed to the heart, if that makes sense. It was just more like I was coping with my reality, and instead of going inward, I decided to go outward. And for the most part, that is good. That is good sometimes. I've learned that I'm more extroverted than I am introverted, and I love to be in the company of people. But noticing that there was a lot going on in my head and a lot of feelings that were kind of paralyzing me, I did the opposite. And maybe that's what I needed. Maybe that is what I needed. But I know what I truly needed was to not fight the feeling and really live in this uncertainty, for lack of a better word. I'm confused. I'm scared. I just don't know what to do. But I listened to this video earlier today, and Napoleon Hill said that when in fear, act. When in doubt, act. And so moving forward, my goal is to just take it one day at a time and just do one thing at a time and keep doing, keep moving, keep acting. Like, I cannot let another day or another moment go by where I'm not doing something. I cannot be in my bed, cannot be in my room on social media. Like, now I know that the way that my body or my life, my mind and spirit reacts to things is through action, is through motion. Like that one affirmation that I always tell myself, I am wealth in motion, and wealth is ever flowing. Money is like water. It's going to be flowing. It's going to be constantly moving. So when I find myself in these positions where I'm just like sleeping all day or resting, so to speak, not resting intentionally, but when I feel lazy and sad and just I want to bubble up and do nothing, that's where I start to spiral and I start making up this false reality in my head that isn't aligned with who I say that I am. Because if I say that I'm this person and I'm doing the complete opposite, that's where that cognitive dissonance comes in, and I feel even more confused. So, anyways, the past 2 weeks have been one hell of a ride. They've been important, though. They've been really important. Um, Listening to myself and setting those boundaries with myself. That's something that I have struggled with consistently, setting boundaries with myself, because I'm such a life of the party. Kinda, in a way. But like I said, the last 2 weeks were necessary for me to fully have this realization of the capacity that I hold, the person that I am. I have no choice but to be here. And by being her is by doing what I need to do and taking actions towards those things. Yeah. Nothing much to say. It's just that life's been hard. And I give myself so much grace when it's needed, absolutely. But sometimes I let myself fall down a little bit too much. I give myself too much grace. And I can't expect from others what I don't expect from myself. And that's as far as like my friendships and my coworkers. You know, we all have a life and we all have some crazy shit going on. But the reality is that nothing is going to change that. Point blank, period. Everything is going to be crazy. Life is always going to be crazy. But nothing will get done. My success will not come into fruition unless I do something about it. Nothing will get done unless I act on it. And so, therefore, I'm never, okay, I'm not going to say never because I like my rest. Okay. I like to sleep. I like to take naps. I like to do nothing sometimes. But now I know that I need to set boundaries with myself as far as what that nothing looks like and when that nothing occurs. Because I have big goals and big dreams and big ambitions. And such a huge reason for these goals that I simply cannot give up on myself, simply cannot retaliate to laziness when I feel sad, when I feel angry, and I have all these strong feelings. Like, even when it feels heavy, I realize that I can push, like I said, these last 2 weeks were absolutely necessary because it made me realize how powerful and how strong I really am. That even in the midst of the most terrifying aspect of my life and not sure where anything is going, even if it is going anywhere, I was still able to get up, console myself, and act. Do something about it, you know? Like just one little thing during the day that compounds over time. And so, yeah, when in doubt, act. When in fear, act. Do not let your emotions, whatever it may be, overconsume you to the point that you feel so paralyzed that you don't know what to do. Just get up, get out of your room, go for a walk, go hang out with some friends, have a conversation with someone, have a conversation with yourself, journal. Like, I'm no longer allowing my stress to overconsume me and to paralyze me. If I'm mad, shit, let me do the work when I'm mad. Let me. Sometimes what I do is like, I'll be doing something and I'll still cry because it's like, yes, I feel so heavy and I feel so sad, but this shit needs to get done and it needs to get done today. Okay? And that's that. That's all I got for you.